Hey guys, we're here with my boy Murat, who just finished top 16 at the NAWCQ with branded Despia. Also with Meta Games GX here. Alright, how about you tell us what your thoughts are on for the deck for the format?
I didn't feel amazing going into it. I didn't get to test too much against info stuff, but I just thought not much changed for us. It's always just go into full boards, wait for 12 minutes for your opponent to finish their combo, and then try to break it. It's just lucky that the deck is just built to break boards. A lot of time, hands that it's so bricky going first, going second, all of a sudden everything opens, all the Albaz get their effect and Bestials get a lot more value. It's my favorite deck. As long as I can play branded, I play, and when I can't play branded, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, exactly. So let's keep this around. I'm sorry, guys. But you know what? I agree. What this does is so unfair, but I also think any deck that's worth anything in the meta does something super unfair. So then, why can't I have my own toys? You know. So yeah, that's about it. We can go into it.
Listen.
Yeah, we go.
Sure. Or any shout-outs?
Shout out to everyone that's here. Yeah, it's great representing Toronto. I was telling these guys, I'm in for the win, at least to top. It's just good to deliver, you know.
Yes, sir.
So I run 50. I'm never a fan of the 60 card. It's just even shuffling feels wrong to me, to be honest. It's just a feeling thing. I like to see my sidecars, especially when there are decks that FTKU. Branded is so easy to FTK with, especially now being able to set the barrier and then so many other ways to interrupt this deck. Even a full board and Black Goat Laughs affects this deck. So I'm trying to keep it reasonable, but I can't really play anything less than 50 because then I can't side cards in because the engine is 40 cards. So anyhow, let's get into it. I don't think it's too crazy. This is our Despia lineup. At one point I was running at Liberton, but it I think just bricked more often than it was good, so I took it out. The Albaz boy. I cannot tell why we never played this at 3 before. It just feels so good. It just fixes your hands. You draw into more stuff, especially going into boards. It makes your Blazing Cartouche alive. It just feels so good. And then, yeah, even sometimes this deck has difficulties doing pushes for game. You can summon this from your hand and it's a pretty big body. So, it's good. This is my high spirit target. Doesn't come out too often, but it's also good to retrieve something that's banished. Like when you get your retribution back, and then you get to use it, and then you get the banished retribution to grab your branded in red again. It's just so much recursion. I love it. I'm just playing one because I'm not on Allure anymore. Allure of Darkness is my all-time favorite card, but just I'm scared of Troll. I play one. You can say the correct way is to play two. I just didn't want to pay for it a second, to be honest. And I am trying to just reduce my normal summons because anytime this deck loses is when you see too many orange cards. So,
you could sell your prize card for a second one now. So
yeah, it's true. My Bestial package, pseudo hand traps. To be honest, I feel like it's pretty good against even Snake Eyes at this point, just because they don't respect hand traps that much, just because they can push so much, and then they're doing so much unnecessary stuff that feels like, at least me not having hand traps, to go into their combo with the Fiendsmith stuff. I didn't really draw it into them, so it didn't come up, but if it had come up, it would have really hurt their board. And then it's good for Brandon High Spirit, which allows you to play around Troll. Some say it's the win con. I made this maybe 4 times. How many rounds have I played? 16 rounds. Just the threat of this is enough because I believe every single game I played, I got hand trapped twice at least. Every single game of the 14 rounds. So it's not often that you get to go to this, but then if you can set this up with your opponent only having 4 cards in their hand, they can't do anything. And even if they overextend to get rid of this, then you just do mirror jade beatdown, which is what I've done most of the time. All
Hits are done.
Yeah, and then we get to the spells. You can see it's thick because every end board is a Palooza, and I'm not trying to waste normal summons into a Palooza, so I'm just trying to play a lot of spell cards. Single best power card in the game, if you ask me. It's like you resolve and you feel so good. This has been my favorite card since I think 2-3 months ago. Every deck is playing 9 targeted negation. You can just dodge all of them. This deck loses harder to an Imperm than it does to an Ash Blossom, especially going first, going second, full board plus Ash, it beats it. Anyhow, trades 1-on-1 with Phantom of Yubel, trades 1-on-1 with Desiree, which is like a very bad interruption for us. Today it even traded 2-for-1 for Verdras and Phantom of Yubel, so I just love it.
Did you ever find its board breaking capabilities to be pretty good into other matchups like Snake Eye or anything like that?
This saved into Snake Eye post side. If you have the threat of evenly matched, you're going for end of main. They are pushing their IP. You're going for end of main again. They're using their IP. You activate this, set all the monsters. They have to use their Appaloosa. So then now you got rid of Appaloosa basically for free. And then now you can play into the board a lot easier without Appaloosa. There has been times where I got hand trapped multiple times by Tempai. Set this, set a Cold by the Grave, you survive another turn to play. So again, with the Fiendsmith stuff, they're doing so much comboing, not as straightforward without the Z-Lantis combo. So when they have also weak spots in Snake Eye Fiendsmith, so you can just set it and survive. Its name of the game is to survive because this deck can grind. I'm on 2-3. With this, it's super good. 1 board breaker isn't enough. 2 board breakers sometimes isn't enough. But yeah, this 2 is a good combo because this baits all of the negates Desiree, and then you can just go for this.
Did you like Dark Ruler over something like a Droplet?
I have Droplet too. I have everything you're looking for. More engine, more board breaking. Not much to say about it. It's just a good card. I feel like every time I draw this, I end up winning. I love the card. Yeah. Standard. I play 2 because I took out Allures. Yeah, it's super good. Sometimes feels the neck hurts going second, but super good, especially with the increased pistol count. And then I take these out, both going second. I play only 2. When I test branded, every time I brick going first, this is the usual suspect. I don't like that I can activate it more than once per turn, whereas you can activate Dark Ruler, and you cannot afford to waste resources in this deck. Your engine already uses Hands to Fuse, discards with Branded Opening, discards with Albaz, discards with Lobelion. So this, I think the greatest use of this is when you're dodging Imperms, Veilers. I was gonna play 1 evenly and a 2nd duplication instead of this, but then my friend Chi here, I think, recommended I go on Droplets, and it did come up, so I'm happy I had it in. 1 target. So I decided to play both. I was gonna play 3 Cartesia, but it felt a bit redundant. And sometimes I just don't draw any starters, so yeah, it's just to be honest, yeah, this was a bit extra, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't regret it. To be honest, I don't regret anything in the main. You have to play this. Don't troll and take this out. You have to play this. It's great going second against Phantom of Yubel too, right?
Awesome.
Banish, what is it called? Snake Eye Flamberge. They don't get recursion. It's hard for them to kill next turn too. You gotta play it. If any card should be banned, it's this. It's so unfair. I love it. Just playing one.
How did you like the one?
It was fine, I think. Yeah. Again, this deck, contrary to the popular belief, bricks a lot going first. I'm trying to just minimize that. You know, just increase your chances of winning because there's already so many things that can go wrong with these insane boards people are putting up as well. So one is fine. If I didn't have Kit, I would have played second probably, but with Kit, one is fine. 1-on-1. Again, 2 feels good. Sometimes even going second, you can use it too, but disarray is the problem. Because if you don't have a full breaking hand, disarray sticks on the field, then this does nothing, right? So you need it. All right, so let's go to extra, pretty standard. These guys, if this gets banned, for sure I'm cutting one of this. But yeah, 2 comes up. I try to not set up Puppet going first, so it doesn't get bestialed. You set it up going second and go into this. I hard made this a bunch of times. Goes great into Phantom of Yubel.
Oh yeah.
Decently onto Tenpai too. I never really liked this card. In this meta especially, targeted negation will not do too much. There's so many bodies that come up, and then Fiendsmith engine just recycles every turn, so this is just not enough. I didn't make it once. You send it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about these really. Came up a couple times. I cut this at one point, months ago, but now I keep it. And this allowed me to win against Gimmick Puppet. In top 32, I played against Gimmick Puppet.
Wow.
And I don't know what any of the cards do. I just don't want them to rank up, so I'm like, clear the board and draw a card, so I can summon back Albaz at one point and discard 2. Unfortunately, this is not as good anymore. Z-Land. People played bad into this so much with the Z-Lantis line. Now it doesn't too much. It was MVP a lot of the time when this isn't enough to push for a game. This is enough, and this is great into Tenpai. Get rid of the field spell. Just a lot of time what happens is I summon this goes into this, and then you send it to the graveyard, so not only you interrupted them, now you have follow-up next turn. Just boost pressure to your opponent. This is how I beat again. Gimmick Puppets, what is it called? The life point zombie girl. Dogwooded me 3 turns in a row. They were around 20,000 life points. I set up this, and a couple other monsters, just purple monsters. Anything they do, they burn, and then just attack. And yeah, your opponent just misplays under this because it's just so stressful. And then side deck. Side deck is usually the biggest headache, I think. Main is pretty much standardized in this deck, I find. I chose to go with Droll. Won me a couple games against Yubel. My first 3 rounds were against Yubel. Yeah, it soloed them. Unfortunately, it didn't solo in the top 16. It is what it is. Looking back at it, I played, I think, against Snake Eye 8 rounds, maybe 9. It went into time 5 or 6. When it goes into time, and when it's close to time, I should have played this. Maybe hinder their burning possibility, because Fiendsmith burning is just so unnecessary. I'm gonna keep complaining about this because those were the only 2 losses I had during Swiss. And like my hand going into their board with 2 minutes left was these guys, right? So if I have time, I'm winning. But they're burning for 1200. Now I can't do anything because, you know, this is terrible in time. this is great, but then I can't push.
How did you like the sphere modes? Like, what was your use case for like really the Fiendsmith boards? You
Yeah,
felt
the
like?
two times that it came out, it was time, and they burned me, and these were my 2 breakers, so it didn't make too much difference. In the idea, it's good. I take out 2 Aliburs. As I said, like they for sure do Appaloosa anyway, so normal summon Alibur is a terrible interaction there. So I don't mind losing my normal summon. Luckily, you go tribute their board, tribute their Flamberge. Now your Trust is live. Now you can go into your Branded Fusion and other stuff. So yeah, that was
Was
the
it
idea.
the same case with Evenly where you only saw it twice, or was it like a pretty
I saw it
performing
even.
card?
It won me a lot of games. Some people don't respect it, and as I said with this, it's all about combinations. One board breaker isn't enough, so you're trying to go either this and Eclipse, this and Dark Ruler, or this. I side all this, going second against Snake Eyes. 1-for-1 change with Disarray. 1-for-1 change with Disarray. If you don't, you just punish. Also, I lose to Skill Drain more often their end board, so it's good to have. So again, like this and this, amazing. This and this, amazing. This and Eclipse also amazing because they don't know your hand, they're scared of you. And then when you go for battle phase, they're gonna push their IP. And you punish with Cyclone, right? So, yeah. One Bestial target. Saved me a couple games.
Ooh, how was the black go for you?
Pretty good. I love it. It's a great card. It's a great card against us too, I think.
When you call Mirror Jade, it really hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt. And then if it's especially set right, because next turn you can call Sanctifier. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. The second copy for going first. And I had a 15 spot. I'm like, nah. Yeah, I didn't know what to play. I played this. It won me a game or 2. So it's great hard drawing it in your 50 card deck. It's all about sacking your opponent. That's the key for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for the deck profile. Congrats again on the
Thank you.
top. Any final words?
I'm looking forward to next format.
Huge congratulations, brother.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.